So we've got to confess our sin, number one. The second thing we've got to do in order to focus on when we focus on a projected target is this. Verses 8 and 9, you can see that Nehemiah began to remind God of all the promises that God had given them. You look in there. Look there at verse 8 and verse 9. Chapter 1. He began to remind God about all the promises that He had given them. We here at Harvest Temple, maybe in your own personal life, there's been promises given to you by God. God's given you certain promises. God's given you visions. God's given you things in your life that you haven't seen before. Has God forgot about those promises? Absolutely not. But you know what it does? It pleases God when we can go and reiterate things that we know He has told us. Do you understand what I'm saying this morning? Does that make sense? He went into detail about the promises of God. Now, I think about the promises that God's given us. I think about the vision over 20 years ago, or the word that Perry Stone gave this church. I think about all the different things since I've been here in 2.5 years that God has promised this church, and some of the promises that we've been able to experience in just 2.5 years. The promises that you guys were given long before I ever showed up. But all those promises, we need to, after we ask for forgiveness, we need to go back to God and say, God, I remember you giving us those promises. And be in detail and let God know, God, I haven't forgot about what you've told me. God, I haven't put you on the bookshelf. God, I haven't left you on the coffee table. God, I know what you said. And God, I